Hello, hello. So I don't know if you've come here from TikTok. If you have, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. You might be new to my face. I don't know. My name's Cy, or LFC Cy. I basically love Liverpool. Always have. I've massively got into football over the last sort of 5 or 6 years. I snapped my ACL. Couldn't play football or rugby anymore. So I started to delve into watching it and reading about it. And I spend my life talking about it, and I love it. Basically, you may tell I haven't got a Scouse accent. It does seem to bother some people. It doesn't bother me. I think you should be able to support whoever you want to support. Having said that, my family are all from Liverpool, and my dad's side are all Evertonians. My mum's side are all Liverpool fans. And basically, when I was growing up, my dad wasn't very pushy, but my eldest brother was. And so I ended up picking Liverpool, and I've never really looked back. You can't, some people call me a glory supporter, to be honest with you. We hadn't won anything really bar Champions Leagues until recently, so you can't really say that, but hey, you crack on. It doesn't really bother me. I love a good debate. I'll argue with anyone about anything. I just enjoy hearing people's points of view, really, and trying to get as much out of people as I can. So please put comments. I'd love to talk to all of you. It's one of the main things on TikTok that I really enjoy. I actually have more comments than likes on most of my videos because I just enjoy talking to people. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here really and do a bit more of an in-depth. Most of my videos on TikTok, my most popular ones are I watch the press conferences, and then I try and give the information from them in as short a time as I can. The one today was quite interesting, had some interesting points. It looks like Chiesa's probably going to start tomorrow, which I think is going to be really fun. He looked great when he came on for the 5 minutes or whatever it was at the weekend. I think he really looked like he was a firecracker, really wants to score a goal at Anfield. And he just looks so happy to be there. You know, he always seems to have a smile on his face. I think he's grateful, to be honest, because he was probably going to rot at Juventus. The new manager didn't like his style of play. He wanted to go with a younger player. And I think he was just going to sit on the bench. So I think he's really happy with the opportunity he's been given. It looks like Kelleher's going to be in as well. It looks like Alisson has been told that Wolves might be his first game back. Well, that's their aim anyway. I could see some rotation. I don't think you need to rotate 11 players. I think it's worth keeping a lot of players in for the momentum and the confidence. So I'd probably change 4 or 5. I'd probably bring in Gakpo. I'd probably bring in Chiesa. I'd probably bring in Kwanzaa. Maybe Gomez for Robertson and Bradley for Trent. And then I think I'd leave the rest. Maybe Jones for Gravenberch, but I think you've got to keep McAllister and Szoboszlai in because they do so well. I know they need rest games, I get that, but if you take too much out, it completely changes the team, and I worry that you might lose a bit of momentum. They want to try and stay in the Carabao Cup because it's one of those games, one of those cups that it's possible for us to win, and Slot wants to win something in his first season, and this is probably his best opportunity. So he did say he will play the strongest team he can field, but they will see how fit people are. So it's hard to tell with Slot. This is the first time he's going into a cup game. Obviously, Klopp used to just play all the kids. It was the way he did it. I don't think Slot will be the same, but time will tell. Obviously, Trent had his interview the other day. He said that I don't really talk about contracts, but then he went and spoke about it a little bit. He said that I will be a Liverpool player this season, minimum. Which is basically him just reading out his contract because he doesn't want to speak about it. I've seen quite a lot of people say that they thought that's him saying he's going, but I don't think he meant it like that. If you actually sort of see it and read the reporters who are asking him, they sort of got it as he's just telling you this is what my contract currently says is I will be a Liverpool player for the rest of this season. I think he just doesn't want to put any pressure on Liverpool at all by trying to use the media to put pressure on them, which you see at other clubs. And I think Salah does it a bit as well, doesn't he? He did it in his talk after the was it the Man United game? I think he came out and said, didn't he? And I think he's trying to put a bit of pressure on Liverpool. I don't think Trent will do that. Do I think he'll go to Real Madrid? Maybe. I was 80% sure he wasn't going anywhere. I'm now 60-40 that he isn't going anywhere. I think Bellingham is one of his best mates. I think he's getting in his ear saying, look, you want to win stuff, come here. Pinging balls to Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. isn't the worst thing in the world. Barcelona aren't the force they used to be, so Real Madrid are going to clear up over there. But at the same time, I think he wants to be this generation's Steven Gerrard. I think he wants to be the scouser in the team. I think he wants to be the captain. And I think that's only going to happen if he sticks around. There's no reason he can't win stuff here. With a couple of players in January, maybe I could see us really racing for the Prem. I could definitely see us getting a cup, whether it be in the Carabao or the FA, I don't know. I think if he stays, Trent and Salah, Virgin Salah say, actually, I think they'll probably sign before Trent will. Interestingly, I could see them being offered 2-year contracts on similar money, but maybe with bigger bonuses. And I think they'd rip Liverpool's hands off. I think Salah wants to stay. I think he wants to break records. I mean, he's only just he's 31 or just turned 32. You know, he's so fit. He could probably play for another 4 years in the Prem, and he'd be fine. He might have to do what Ronaldo did and move into the number 9 position when his legs start slowing down. But at the moment, you can see he's still got what it takes. Maybe needs to be a little bit less selfish. But then that's why he always gets the numbers he gets, because he always goes for the shots that most people wouldn't go for. So maybe don't change what's not broke. I don't know. I think Slot's had a brilliant season so far. It looks like he just goes and talks to all the players individually. Trent's already come out and said, hasn't he, that, you know, he comes out and I want him to rip into me and tell me what I need to do better. And he basically said in his press conference today, that's not special for Trent. That's what I do for every player. I spend time with every player. You know, I'll get 6 or 7 minutes of video from the game that they've just played and say, look, you've done this really well, but in this situation you should have done this, or in this situation you should have done that. And I think it's refreshing really to see he spends so much personal time with each player, trying to better all of them. And I think you can already see it. I think Gravenberch looks like a different player. I think Diaz looks brilliant. He was asked directly about, you know, what have you done to Diaz to make him this new player? And he said, oh, you know, you can see he works hard and he has done under Klopp. He's just in a good form. But I wonder if there's just a couple of little tweaks that's really helped Diaz. And also I think the formation slightly tweaked, and I think that's probably helped Diaz as well, and probably hindered Salah a little bit. So I think you might see other players' numbers going up, but Salah's going down because his position has changed somewhat. So yeah, that's probably it for this video. I'd love you to give us a like and a subscribe or a comment, just to let me know if these videos are worth doing. I don't want to waste your time, and I don't really want to waste mine. So let me know if there's something you'd like me to talk about, maybe in the next video. I'd gladly do that. Any topics like that. If you think maybe doing the more in-depth conference videos would be worthwhile, I'll happily do that. There wasn't a lot said in today's, to be honest, but the Premier League ones are normally a bit juicier. And yeah, thanks very much. Come on, you Reds.